and I were invited for a behind-the-scenes tour of YOXO, a unique toy that combines art and construction, and there's also another thing that's very special about it. Let's learn more. Hello.
Welcome.
Hi Jeff, thanks for inviting us.
Thanks for coming. This is YOXO. Have you heard of YOXO before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you going to show us today, Jeff? We're excited.
So this is YOXO. These are all the toys we make. Everything from dragons to a giant Pegasus, robots, helicopters, cars, dune buggy, you name it. Which one's your favorite?
Pegasus.
The Pegasus.
I like the dragon, and I have the dune.
You have the dune, cool. So the thing about YOXO is that it's completely creative. You can make anything. It's also recyclable. So you can use it for years and years and years, and then when you're done with it, you recycle it instead of putting it in the landfill like other toys.
It says it right there.
Exactly. Eco, awesome.
Creative construction kits.
Creative construction kits. It's all about your brain, making your brains bigger. And then you can make stuff like this, but you can also make huge things like this tower. It's 15 feet of YOXO. And we're building an even bigger one right now.
You wonder how they made that?
Yeah.
How did we make it? Well, Teresa and Rory, who are around the corner, should we ask them? Let's ask Teresa and Rory.
A lot of different cardboard tubes you can see, and a lot of our play pieces that we use for play dates and stuff. It went together with me and one of my coworkers.
So the thing about building a tower that big out of YOXO is you build it from the bottom up. So you build, and then you lift it up, put another layer on, lift it up, put another layer on. Now what do you notice? What's that tower made out of?
Cardboard.
That's the other big deal, is that YOXO works with stuff you have around your house like paper towel rolls and toilet paper tubes. So this is the design area. This is where all the YOXO kits and all of our packaging and everything is designed. And so Kelly, who's right here, is working on instructions. So she's actually designing instructions for new kits. Anne manages all sorts of different projects around YOXO, making sure that things are coming in, all the pieces and parts that make YOXO happen. And this is where we make YOXO. So the other thing that's special about YOXO is that it's made right here in Minnesota, believe it or not. Very, very few toys that are sold in the U.S. are actually made in the U.S., so we're special.
Hey Jeff, how did you get the idea for YOXO, or what inspired you?
So the idea for YOXO actually came to me when I was 8 years old. But it wasn't really my idea, it was my parents' idea. So when I was 8 years old, my parents gave me a cardboard box for my birthday. And in the cardboard box, there was tape, string, and wire. And I thought that was the coolest present that I had ever received. And so for about 33 years, I had that idea that, wow, someone should turn that into a product. And so I decided to quit my job 4 years ago and start a toy company. And what I wanted to do is give kids that same experience, that give them stuff that they could make other things out of, and to make sure that it was recyclable. So that's where the idea for YOXO came from.
Well, that's where it turns different from Lego.
Exactly. You can add stuff around your house, so that makes us different. Although we love Lego around here, and YOXO and Lego actually can connect to each other, which is pretty cool. You can make hybrid YOXO Lego stuff, which is fun. But we are recyclable, we are made in the USA, and you can add stuff around your house. That makes YOXO pretty special.
I love that component about adding things from around your house.
At YOXO, what we want is you guys to be the inventors. We want you to be the designers. We don't have to be the inventors and designers. That's your job. That's the kids' job.
I'm curious, what does YOXO stand for or mean?
When I invented YOXO, I was starting to draw how these things were going to connect, because I wanted to connect tubes using these links. And the first 3 links that I designed were Y's, O's, and X's. And so as I was sitting there designing this, I realized that it spelled YOXO. And that was it. It stuck.
How many ways can you design with 4 pieces?
You know, that's a very good question. We actually have an answer to that. We think it's infinite ways because, and I'll show you, because YOXO connects to itself so many different ways. You can put it in like that, right? But you can also just dial it in like that. You can change it. And so really, there's no limit to the amount of ways you can put YOXO links together.
Endless possibilities.
Exactly.
We always like that.
So one thing we do too is we have a lot of events. So you'll see we have these big bins with just like thousands and thousands of links. And what's great is we take those to events and then we just put them on the ground with a bunch of tubes, and kids go to town. We don't have to tell them what to build, they just build.
Well, it says State Fair right there.
Yep, State Fair.
Master.
That's really great. Do you do a lot of community outreach?
Absolutely. You know, the best way for people to learn about YOXO, other than the happy house, is to play with it.
Yes.
And so we try to get it out into the world as much as we can, and to give kids and parents, and even adults who just like to play with stuff,
Right.
the chance to build with it, and then they get it, and next thing you know, they're fans.
It's a battering ram.
It's a pattern. I love it.
Battering. Okay.
We see success for us is 30 years from now, there'll be all these new businesses and all these people solving problems. And you'll say to them, well, how did you learn how to solve problems and where did you get all these creative ideas? And we hope that some of those adults will say, well, when I was a kid, I played with YOXO. So that's what we're trying to do every day, to keep kids creating and to raise creative adults.
That seems like a good plan.
Let's do it. We'll keep doing it.
All right, do you guys want to play for a while?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Thanks so much, Jeff.
Thank you.
Take 1. Take 5. Take 7.